In our previous chapter, life processes, we have done that there are various processes which are distinguishing living from the non-living. For example, in that we have done nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion. There is one very important feature, movement. It also distinguishes living from the non-living. Now these movements, they may be related to the growth or these not related to the growth. Now whatever is living, it shows movement. For example, a cat is moving, a dog is jumping, we are moving throughout the day. Do you observe such movements in plants also? Yes, plants also, they show movement. For example, you must have seen the movement of the sunflower towards sun. You must have seen the movement of a creeper around a support. Just touch a touch me not plant, Mimosa pudica. What do you feel? That the leaves, they droop down, they get folded. So plants are also showing the movement. But in plants, the movement of the plant towards the sun, phototropism, is related to growth. So that is a growth dependent movement. But like in case of Mimosa pudica, the movement is not related to the growth. So that is an entirely different issue, that the movement is related to the growth or not. But movement is a very important feature that distinguishes living from non-living. These movements, they are always in response to a stimulus from the surrounding. Now, what is a stimulus? A stimulus is any change in our environment that make us to react. Okay, so what is any change in environment? Now these change may be in terms of light, in terms of sound, touch, temperature, pain, anything. So any signal from our surrounding for our environment that make us to react is known as stimulus. So we get the stimulus and then we react. How do we react? We show our reaction in the form of the movement. Now who is controlling that movement? For example, say if we face any scary situation and we start running away from it. Now just think of the organs which are involved in it. Our eyes, they first of all have observed that particular situation. Our ears, they receive the sound. Then our skeletal muscles, they prepare themselves for the running. Our heart start pumping, our blood circulation increases towards the skeletal muscle. So many functions, they are occurring simultaneously. Who is coordinating that? Who is preparing the body for that particular reaction, for that particular movement? It means there is a coordinating system in our body. Not only in our body, all living organisms, they have certain kind of control and coordination in their body. So this control and coordination is an important system in all living organisms. In all living organisms, this control and coordination may be brought about by nervous system, or it may be by a chemical system that is known as the endocrine system. In plants, there is no nervous system, or at least we don't know any such system in plants, but they do have a chemical coordination in their body. So in us, in animals, in all higher animals, in human being, there are coordination at two different levels. One is at nerve level, that is the nervous system, and second is by means of chemical, that is known as the endocrine system. In case of unicellular organism, there is no much need about the coordination, as all the functions they are occurring only in that single cell only, so they are not having any nervous system. But there may be certain chemicals, though there is no need of any such coordination in their body. But when the body becomes more complex, when the body is made up of millions and trillions of cells, then for efficient performance of any function, there has to be a coordination in all these cells. So for that, we have these two systems. So in this chapter, we are going to study about the nervous system and the chemical or the endocrine system. So let us first study nervous system. When we say nervous system, our nervous system, it includes nervous system, it includes central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. CNS. CNS is peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is CNS and peripheral nervous system is PNS. This central nervous system is further include two different organs, brain and the spinal cord. And the peripheral nervous system, this is made up of all nerves. Though this can be further divided into two different categories, autonomous nervous system and the somatic nervous system. Autonomous nervous system, this is further divided into two categories, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, it prepares the body for any kind of reaction, and parasympathetic, it brings back the body to the normal condition. Then somatic nervous system. Somatic nervous system, this is made up of all nerves, and these nerves, they can be divided into two categories, cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. Cranial nerves are the nerves that originate from the brain, and spinal nerves, these originate from the spinal cord. Now one thing, whether it is central nervous system or the peripheral nervous system, the entire nervous system is made up of a basic type of cell that is called neuron. So the structural and functional unit of nervous system is known as neuron. So if we want to understand the structure and functioning of the nervous system, we have to first of all understand the structure of the neuron. So let us come and study the structure of neuron. Neuron. Neuron is the most specialized cell of the body. Highly specialized. Highly specialized cell of the body. It cannot divide. It is the longest cell of the body. It can be 90 to 100 centimeter in length. Approximately 1 meter can be its length. It has a wire-like structure. You know that epithelial cells can divide, connective tissue can divide, and to a certain extent muscle cells, they can also regenerate. But our neuron, it cannot divide, it cannot regenerate. Now the structure of neuron. Its structure. A neuron is made up of three parts: a cell body, dendrites, and axon. These are the three parts which are found in each and every neuron. So now let us draw this. Let us draw a neuron. Now what I am drawing is right now is dendrite. These are dendrite. These are dendrites. And bounded by dendrites is the cell body. This is cell body. Then this is axon. Now this axon is going to terminate into nerve ending. Around this axon, there may be a fatty covering that is called myelin sheath. Okay, so now let us label it. There is a nucleus in this. Now let us label this neuron. These are dendrites. This is cell body. This cell body is also known as soma. This entire structure, this is cell body, and the thread-like structure which are coming out of it, these are known as dendrite, and this whole part is the axon. And stimuli travel from the dendrite cell body to the axon and to the nerve ending. So what is the direction of the flow of stimuli in the neuron? It is dendrites, then cell body, then axon, and then nerve ending. This is the direction of flow, right? Again I am writing dendrite, then cell body, then axon, and then nerve ending. This is the direction of the flow of the stimuli. Now, who is receiving the stimuli? The stimuli is received by the receptors. These receptors, they are spread all over the body. Photoreceptors, they are present in our eye. Then smell receptors are present in our nose. Then chemical receptors, they are found on the tongue also. And these are present in the nose also, right? So suppose there is a receptor in our leg, and this receptor has to receive the stimuli from the environment. Now this stimuli has to be transferred from the leg to the brain. Now not a single neuron is so long. इतना लंबा तो कोई न्यूरॉन बॉडी में है नहीं. Then what will happen to stimuli when it is going to reach at the nerve ending? Okay, यहाँ से receive हो गया finally. Okay, then right they have received it. Transfer to the cell body, transfer to the axon, transfer to the nerve ending. Then what exactly is going to happen when it is reaching at the nerve ending? At nerve ending, this will be transferred to another neuron. In a relay neuron, you must have seen that there are 4 participants in a relay neuron, and they are having a bundle that is called pattern, and they are transferring the pattern one player to the another. Similarly here, neuron, they are also transferring the impulse from one neuron to the another, from nerve ending to the dendrites of another neuron. It is always in this direction only, from nerve ending to the neuron. Now let us see how. Now this structure is called synapse. What is a synapse? This is a junction between the nerve ending. This is the nerve ending. See, here this was our axon, and axon is divided into like this, and there are nerve ending. This is nerve ending. Here these are the nerve ending. So one nerve ending I have enlarged it here. This is nerve ending, right? So what I said, on there is dendrite of another neuron, like this. So now this particular area where the information is transferred from the nerve ending to the dendrite of another neuron. This is called a synapse. So what is a synapse? It is a junction. It is a junction. Junction between the nerve ending and dendrite. Nerve ending of another neuron, dendrite of another neuron. Now let me draw here the dendrite. Say this is dendrite. Yah dendrite. This is dendrite. And this is nerve ending. And there is a gap. Please, students, notice that there is always a gap between nerve ending and the dendrite. They are never in direct contact with each other. That is why this is called a junction. And there are vesicles in this nerve ending. Okay, these are the vesicles. These vesicles, these are having neurotransmitter. These neurotransmitter, these are carrying the information in the form of chemical from one neuron to another neuron. So at this junction, these vesicles, they will come to the surface here, they will combine, they will join with the membrane here, and this is secreted here. This is a cleft. This is a cleft here. There is always a certain space between these two. Okay, so this is called synaptic cleft. So this neurotransmitter is secreted at the synaptic cleft, and this is received by the receptor here. There are certain receptors on the dendrite. So these receptors, they will receive this signal in the form of chemical. And once they will receive this signal, now the impulse will start it in this neuron. Right? So that is how the impulse is transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. Now what would happen when the brain is sending message through neuron to any skeletal muscles for the movement? So now the neuron is going to end on the muscle, because all the movement in the body, they are because of the muscles. So now let us do that junction where the nerve ending are ending on the muscle. That junction is known as neuromuscular junction. Again in this, we will draw a nerve ending, and this nerve ending is having vesicles, and when it reaches here, then these will combine with here. Now, there is muscle. This is muscle, right? This is muscle, and this is nerve ending. So now, this space is not called the synaptic cleft. Now, this is neuromuscular junction, right? Otherwise, events are going to be the same, that neurotransmitter is secreted here. Now, this neurotransmitter is received by the receptors present on the surface of the plasma membrane of this muscle, right? And when this messenger is there inside the muscle, then a series of events will start in the muscle. There are certain proteins in the muscles, and these proteins, by receiving these signals, they will start their function, and this series of events will receive to the contraction of the muscle.